Mr. Venegas here. Today what we're going to learn about is something really weird. Now, instead of just telling you about it, I'm going to show you. Do you know what that is? This right here is a dot. Now, normally this dot, whenever we've seen it, we see it as a period, we see it as a little dot on a page, but in music it means something very special, and I'm going to show you exactly what it does because it is magical. In music, a dot adds half the value of whatever it's dotting. Now, let me tell you what I mean by that. Okay, let me say this again. A dot adds half of whatever it's dotting. So let's say we have something called a dotted 4. Watch this. I have a dotted 4. So what that means is I'm going to do this equation. I have a 4. Now, I told you that the dot adds half of whatever it's dotting. So what's half of 4? If you said 2, you'd be correct. So let's do the math here. 4 plus 2, 4, 5, 6. That would mean that's 6. So, not too bad. That means it would get 6 beats. How many pulses do you think it would get? If you said 12 pulses, you'd be correct. Let's try another one. So let's do the same thing here. I'm going to write 10. Now this dot takes half of the notes, or half of that value. So what's half of 10? If you said 5, great. We add those together. That means that's worth 15 beats. How many pulses would that get? 30 pulses. Right. Let's try another one. Dotted 80. So let's do our equation again. I have 80 first with that dot. So what's half of 80? 40. Great. So that means 80 plus 40 is going to give me 120 beats. How many pulses would that be? 240 pulses. Right. So as you guys can see, if it says 6 beats here, that means that it's going to be double for the pulses. If you've noticed, 15 times 2 is 30, and then 120 times 2 is 240 pulses. So as you can see, it's normally double. Now let's use some smaller numbers. If I put a dotted 2 right here, tell me the math. So if I bring 2 down, what's half of 2? 1, right. So how many beats would that dotted 2 get? 3 beats. How many pulses would that get? 6 pulses. Right. So does all that make sense? Now what I want to do is I want to change the way I'm writing this. So you guys can see if I change that 2 to a half note, we know that a half note gets 2 beats, but this one's a dotted half note. So a dotted half note, let's try the math here, is worth 2 beats, and then the dot's there, which is worth 1, because it's half. That means a dotted half note would get 3 beats and 6 pulses. So the dot can be applied to any of the notes or any of the rests that you guys see. Now, so far, the only one that we've seen is the dotted half note. Let's try one more. Let's say I have a dotted whole note. How many beats is a whole note worth? 4 beats. And then I have the dot. The dot's going to take half of 4, which is 2. 4 plus 2 is 6. So that means it has 6 beats. How many pulses? 12 pulses, right. So you can use this and apply it to all of the types of notes that you know. And you will be able to figure out how many beats a dotted note is worth if you just do the simple math that I showed you here. As always, everybody, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Until next time, bye-bye.